I swear, I'm doing these just so I can avoid doing an ultramarine or even my 1,000 suns. No, right in there. I think I'll glue at the same time. Let's get the glue. Use some of this instead. Definitely going to paint it in pieces. Okay, I'm not attaching his front to the back, only because I need to get in there, and there's no way to get in there once he's assembled. Funny place to put a sprue. Crazy. Doing this makes me think I really need to get into wood carving. Here's his face. I have a piece that's inside of here that blocks that, and I don't think I'm going to put that one in. Somehow it sticks to that, I think. Those are arm. I think that's a arm. This little piece here that's inside of his body. Right there. Oh, well actually I can get in there, so that's good. So I'll stick that piece in. There's a hole right there too. Ooh. And that's what happens. Gotta figure out contact points again. Now it sticks there. Oh, so it sticks that whole flat side there. That inside piece. Okay. Let's see. Oh, so nasty. There we are. Again, usually joints are a lot nicer than that. Very awkward. That is not nice, but I guess it's being covered up by his face, some of it. I'm not sure. I like how that, you know, the inside of his mouth. Not very pretty though. Not joining the front. I think I can join those legs. Look at that. So little detail. Like other little guys get a lot of detail. Look at that, and then look at this squirrel. He should be way more detailed. Anyways. Okay, do we need 9? No, I need 5 and 6. There's 6. And this must be 5. Okay. I think I don't even get it. I should have decided which one was 5 and which one was 6. And they want you to put the face on before you do these back pieces. Ooh, that fits just right. Okay, that's nice. This one fits in. Oh, like that. Nice. There is some overlap there, but I think I can deal with that. So we'll put these pieces on. And there's also overlap there, but again, I think I can deal with that. So there's a smooth piece right there, which doesn't make sense. I have a feeling the arm sits on it. It's pretty much all that exposed area. Let's see. You forget where you are. There we are. Now it feels like I gotta add some more. Maybe I can just get it in there. Blow into place. Wishful thinking. Oh yeah, that scrapey part right there does not look nice. It's a shame they put that in there, but this is really smooth, so I have a feeling an arm blocks it. Now this piece. Put my right side up just a little bit. I think, yeah, fits right in there. So it's along the back. Ooh, stuff's getting everywhere. Now look at that, he stands up. I feel like his face goes that there. Face is up there. I feel like something that's supposed to go in the front there. I'm missing. Look at that. Did I put it on backwards? No. That's just a weird shadow. That is a weird shadow of his back. And that looks like it's in the front, but it's not in the back. I guess his arms kind of even him out. Stop there for a while. Not sure where to go with this. Let's see. So I didn't put this on there. I think That armhole is up here. That can't be right. Well, that armhole. Okay. So it's supposed to fit like that. I mean, it's impossible to get into that, so I can't do that. So maybe, somehow I'll get his arms on. Maybe I'll put the arms on the front bit. I don't know. Well, let's take everything else apart. Oh, I think that's permanent. I don't even understand how these come together. Oh, they I don't know. Oh, okay, I see. They don't really even fit. What do I gotta do to make it fit? I mean, is that the way it's supposed to be? I think it is. That's a little upsetting, but that's okay. Hold this piece together. Like so. So I guess I could do the. I mean, that's pretty huge. I mean, they don't do. Ooh, don't really need that piece. They just sit in there. They don't even tell you. It's like any way you want it. Like he could have his hand up, down. So I think I'm gonna do the hands separate. Yeah. Let's see about this side. I'm not gonna glue it just yet. Yeah, I gotta clean that off, but yeah, it feels like they snap. You could snap them in, like, and move them around and have fun with that. I think I might do that. Maybe. I don't know. I have to be careful when I paint that, though. Like, that one's loose. You can get it in and out. This one, though, it does sort of snap right in there. Oops. But it could be because of that right there. Okay, so we'll glue the arms together. And I'm going to see... Because I like this mask better. And I know I gotta do that separate. I mean, I could just stick his face in there. I don't really see any... I mean, it just goes to the front of his face. You gotta sort of decide where it goes. Like... I mean, his little eyes gotta... Oh, there it is. It just sort of... right there. So I have to be careful, again, how to paint this face so that it'll stay in there when I put them together. So I just have to be very light for that. Too bad I can't use that and use this stuff, because I think this one, I think it fits in. Yeah, there's those two little holes. I mean, I can't get his face in there, but there's those two little holes right there. So the mask covers that, but I don't think it uses... covers the hole, but doesn't... like, you can still see the hole right there. I'll take this off too. Clean it up. Oh, I love this stuff. Okay. Now let's see how this fits. Oh. Oh, yeah, it just slips right in there. And again, it's, I don't know, it's not the most elegant, but I guess it works. What's sad is, it's like, you put a sprue, yeah, I gotta clean that. Well, actually, if I use, I can use this to flatten it down. Oh, I did find my old super glue, and yes, it's not supposed to be black. This is one of the first ones that came in a right container, but this popped out of it, so I don't know if that was, but it's still gel control. Doesn't seem to be any different than the other one. Okay, I think we have our pieces. So, I'm gonna find me some little tiny dowels and dowel away, because you don't see that, so I can put a dowel in there. Dowel the ends of the arms. I think I can dowel right in there. And this guy, dowel is coochie, since that is what's going to be attached. Oops. That. Not a lot of, I mean, there's a lot of attachment points, but it's not the steadiest little guy. Oh yeah. Just a weird way that he's balanced. But anyways. Okay, I am gonna go try to prime this, not make a mess, but it's raining today, so I have to wait. Okay, at least he's assembled. Here's the monstrosity. Wish me luck. Almost forgot the base. I always forget the bases. Hope I don't lose anybody. I was sort of analyzing this and realized I needed that little extra bit. So I prepped it. There it is. I glued it with a little crazy glue on a toothpick. Now I just have to wait for nice weather to prime. I still don't know what color to prime it though. I'm thinking black. So it's been a couple days since I primed everybody. I have a new camera and it looks very surreal in 4K on my monitor. I'll have to say. I'm a little burned out of this miniature painting, but it's like, you know what? I only task myself to do one per month. Yeah, I'm really into figuring out my watercolor thing, but I need to go back to this. I need to figure out my colors. My colors don't make any sense, really, because I kind of looked up this whole thing about color palettes, and I really like the color palette of, you know, the rose, the melon, the turquoise. Paint this tree up like no one, well, not because no one's ever seen it, but I'm curious what it's going to look like. Because really, I can't ruin my models. I don't play with them. I'm not going to collect. Do I plan on... Well, they do say BloodBowl is like one of the easier ones to learn. But, again, that requires going somewhere and playing these things. And I like painting them. I like building them. It's kind of like people who build Gundam and they don't want to go outside and play with their toys because they don't want to ruin their toys. And no one really goes and plays Gundam the way Warhammer ones are. And Warhammer ones are just as meticulous. So I think I'm going to do something easy for myself since I've, you know, pretty much painted a lot of Thousand Suns stuff. My color for turquoise is essentially Thousand Suns. I got some like old and new bark, so I think old bark is essentially, you know, this stuff, probably some of the arms, and then as it becomes, as it branches, it is younger and younger as you go out. And according to my calculations, the only real difference between old and young bark in my color scheme is the shade. One makes it the rich blue, one makes it the topaz, and no, I'm not sure what null oil make it, but null oil is essentially like a sepia kind of, a dark sepia. It's not quite a black, though it is kind of considered kind of a black when you put it over silver, just sort of give them that gunmetal look, I think the word is. Agrax, we all know, is a little brown, and then the Dragonhuff, I think it's called, just blues it up with a dark blue. I think I'll work on that, because that feels like it's easy. Because, I mean, that's my Thousand Suns. Because it goes from Thousand Suns Blue, Shade, and Airman, and then Temple Guard is the highlight. And that should feel easy. It should. But I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence with that. I do have some of my other bits planned out. Like the leaves are going to be kind of mauvey. I've got the mask, both parts of the mask, which is, because I'm going to do both. That's sort of helmety. I don't know what they call the little crossbars on a helmet, but I put white on those as well as mask, because I think they're really, I think they're really, really, you know, very elegant. I think pretty is not a strong enough word. And then the gems on this is supposed to match a little Sprite. I think, yeah, it's in the front. A little Sprite. And I'm not sure what to do with the helmet. It's going to be an afterthought. I have a feeling I'm going to just paint it up as a Patriots helmet. Since that is my supposed hometown one. So, haven't quite thought about what's on the inside there. But since I'm doing it in pieces, I got plenty of time to think about what I'm going to do with the bits on the inside. So I do have an idea. It's peach for my vines, and that's vine edge. Vine edge is on arms, if you could see that. Kind of hard to tell. That's vines. It's funny as they fell off. One arm fell off, one arm didn't. So you know where the poster putty is. Yes, my plan was planned. Don't know. But I'm determined. Because it's really hot here. I live in essentially what's called the bungalow, so it's... Imagine going not to the Cape, but to a cabin. And it has that kind of atmosphere where you're surrounded by trees, so my allergies have been going crazy. I think I finally figured out what allergy medication works for me. But I think that's what I'm going to be doing. We're going to stick with something easy, Thousand Suns paintwork on most of this. So I have a lot of stolen moments for the next 2 days, so I should be able to try to get a lot of blue down. We're going to do Thousand Suns blue with a lot of this. Still feels a little thick, but... Fading? I don't think I'm going to get into the cracks. I don't know, I mean... That's where the, the shade is supposed to go and make it look a lighter, well, darker or more darker. There's pretty much this blue on the branches, etc., etc. Yeah, anything that's bark. I'll check in once I start on that second layer. I decided on the color triad turquoise, melon, and rose pink. And because I was using some colors I hadn't touched in a while, I collected some rocks, and also for my base, because you never really have quite the right rock. I like where this base is going. Awesome. On to the leaves and vines. We're going to start with Rakarth Flesh and Screamer Pink. I like the palette knife. I wish I could find something a little smaller. It is soft enough so it doesn't pierce the wet palette paper. Didn't take long for that Rakarth to separate. I gotta find an alternative, I think. Uh-huh. Now we're going to hit everything with shade. Young bark gets Drakenhof something or other. The blue is cute, but I never remember the name. I don't use it often enough. Agrax Earthshade for the dark, older bark. The leaves get Agrax and the vines get Rakarth flesh. Trying something new. This is a food dish for generally lizards, amphibians, I don't know. And that is hot glue. And I made it dividers, and we're gonna try. Oh, and I love these tiny pipettes that I got from Hobby Lobby. We're gonna try this because I plan on using a lot. I plan on watering it down, and I really, well, as most people do, I kind of spill every once in a while. So this is an easier way not to spill or knock over. I don't know if the effect really achieved. I guess it did. I mean, you can definitely see the Agrax up there, but the Dragonhorn Nightshade didn't quite do what I wanted, but it's okay. We're going to try to do something a little different. Look at that chalice. It's flawless wraith. The chalice is retributor. It's tiny and it's going to end up inside there somewhere. So we have Shanti, wraith, it's white. Sepia is going to go in the middle somewhere. This will be my wash. Use that one first. Then we go to one of my tiny ones. I have tried this stuff. Let's see how small it is. It's 10. Let's try to do this one. So wait, bone. I don't know. Shall try everything watered down. And we're trying a new camera angle. No, it's gonna work. I don't know if this is gonna freak out. Focus on things. I also have the white balance pretty high. So it only sees shadows. Trying not to explode that. Anything else. So look at this already separated. This one is already separating. It's better of the two. Oh, let's go. I think those are teeth. I think this whole thing's supposed to be cooled. Ooh, wow, look at that. You can almost see it. I think this whole thing's supposed to be gold. I think I'll do that instead. Palette paper. Retributor. I'm gonna go. No. I'm gonna add some Stormhost. Bring it down. Oop. Always. That. Try this instead. Maybe. I know braver folks with bigger brushes, but I am not super brave. I know most of this is not going to get seen. Looks better on the camera than it does. See, I could pick up things on the camera that I can't see it for the eye. And I'm going to do it straight out of the bottle. So do a different one over. Stormhost 2. very little effect. Luckily this didn't dry. I don't know. That one is a little too strong, but whatever. Yeah, I calmed it down. I'm gonna do it. Shouldn't have. Ugh, I got a hand cream and I don't want to touch this. But before I change the exposure. So, I'm still learning how to use my new camera. I think the painting I'm gonna do, and I have a feeling I don't have to do anything to that. Everything else I can get to. If I can put this together right. I think it's dot. Yeah. There. There. Yeah. Gotta make sure the arms. I think just rest in there. Oh, they're trapped. Maybe too risky. Hoping I can do that and then paint, but no. But at least it shines through. Way bluer on camera. Can't seem to color correct it. Okay. Now I'm just highlighting with Flayed One Flesh on the vines. And that's the glorious eureka moment of figuring out I can put his face on his body and still get his arms out. So I can paint the arms separate or put them in or reposition them. On to highlighting the vine guard that goes to his mask, and it's Blade One Flesh. Time for highlighting bark. So it's Airman Blue and then Temple Guard. The paint dries very quickly, so I'm going to try the second highlight. Now you can pretty much see where I've highlighted it. Well, I've also I glued them together. I used super glue this time, and so I have to come back in here with some highlights. But so if someone gets him in the future, all you do is have to give him a really good soak, and you can open him up. So it's just super glue holding his arms in, and a little bit of super glue holding this down. But anyways, back to I did some highlighting here, which looks definitely different in the camera. Some highlight up into the branches, probably a little too much in the branches. But I've gotten to the point where I want to stick things down. So I think this goes over. Yeah, it goes over this. So I got to paint this before that. So either I can I get a lot to highlight for the blue, and I have to come back because I didn't know I was going to have this arm up like that. That too. This on the other hand is ridiculous, and I'll show you why. All that up there is the paint needed for the ridiculousness of this tiny mask. And I really don't want to deal with it just yet. So, they'll look interesting. And like these three are also meant for the sprite. But there's like bone, and then there's mask, and it's trim. It's crazy. Too many paints. Ooh, there's everybody though. Ooh. Just changing the exposure, you can really see how they kind of pop more. But it's also grainy, as you can tell. They do look good. So looking at this, he still looks more blue than teal, and honestly, in real life, he looks teal. He's coming together. The melon color didn't really come out. I wanted those to be really orangey, I guess. I don't know. So I'm gonna keep on keeping on. I'll come back to you when I'm ready to start painting this mask. I really enjoyed the back part here. A lot of interesting things. Almost came out neon. Since he's bent over like that, I didn't even bother. It's like, what do you see coming at you and where the light's coming? Some of it's a little strong, but that's okay. Can always dumb it down later. I do like how the colors are coming out. Still not ready to tackle the mask. I have an idea of how to orange up this vining, because the vining needs to be more orangey. I'm going to tackle the leaves next, I think. And they're just pinker than Emperor's Children. So I'm going to mix some of those up. I won't need too much. There's just going to do the tops, and there's a scattering. Luckily for this guy, there's a lot of shadow, so I'm not going to worry about a lot. Again, he's more impressive in person. I think it's because the eyes sort of dumbed down some of my mistakes. But he's getting cool, I think. Dry so fast. That's a little too much. Can I fade that out? Yes. But some of it is impossible. Not great, but passable. Horns first. It's Sandri, then Raiklin, then Carrick, and then Upshati. The body of the mask is Screamer Pink, then Druchii, then Pink Horror, then Kislev Flesh. Not perfect, but passable. Still not sure what's going to be that silver mess, the trim, but at least it got simpler. So now red gets purple and bone gets Reckland. Pinky gets Pinkor, Kislev, Bone gets Carrick, and Oob Shabti. But this red is really striking next to his face though. I want to brighten him up though. He's a bit dark. And again, he is greener in person than on this screen, which is very weird. But I'm getting close. And then this sort of goes over that. My instructions say to go back with separate green, but I really just went to Gauss Blaster green for the highlight. And this is just artist grade white acrylic. Doing it, well, the stuff is watered down, so it's okay. But it is straight out of the container. I really struggled with the big gem because I tried to follow the box art and not my intuition. I'll probably go back into it at some point just to fix it, but pretty much I tried to fix it here, but it's just a mess. So I pretty much, I won't say gave up, but I'm like, I don't want to overwork it and then make it worse. It's better to come back with a clearer head. So I think he's as good as he's going to get right now. I think he still needs more work. Like, I really like how that came out. So I'm going to put them together. We shall see. He's really side heavy though. This will be his base. We're going to work on that next after I put him together. Ooh, I did not plan that. His arm. Dang. Yeah, I can lower his arm just a little bit. I think I can just... shouldn't be in there that well. I used a little dollop. Nope. I think I'm going to break him instead. Oh well, we're stuck. That's okay. We learned to live. I should do a couple little scratches on his nose, but you know. We'll see how well this sticks without scratching up the paint. Ooh, scratching up the paint without on his nose. I mean, it's a miracle at all. this little monstrosity. Again, I really should go back and paint some more of it. Stay there. A little bit of super glue. Trying to do this without cutting myself or ruining this. It goes in this hole and that hole, like so. Yeah, I'm definitely going to pick up some sort of light orange to highlight this. Easy beasy bit of work here. At least I have little holes to stick this in. Kind of. We'll put in this one just to go. And then one on this side. Here. There. I can get it in there. Here we go. It's raised just a little. I'm going to paint his helmet some other time. I have an idea for it, as well as to go back and paint him a little more. There he is in all his busy majesty. Now to figure out, like his base is way too small. I like the idea of having enough space to put a little more tundra. Not tundra. I mean, he's not in a. Actually, I don't even know what color I'm gonna. Maybe I'll go with the red. I really like red for the base color, like that dark. That's how I'm gonna do them, right there, and then there's enough space for character because I've got lots of rocks. I'm gonna do the joint compound and aquarium sand because I like how grainy that is. But I think this is the way I'm gonna do them. Yeah. Took me forever to pick those rocks. And I sort of traced where he's gonna go on this. I just know to not go heavy where his feet might end up. This is just palette paper. Lovely spackling compound. So it's the next day and it's nice and hard. and it's a little too grainy. So I'm going to apply some of that coarse pumice gel, which is an art supply. I love all these things. It's like each and every one serves its purpose, and eventually I'll figure out what I'm doing. I adjusted the camera's exposure so you can see more of the contrast between gel and what's previously on it. The high flow medium really just gels everything together. It's a great kind of loose glue. It doesn't mess with any acrylic binding. Okay, I wiped it down because I don't want it solidifying like that. That should help. Time to prime. So this lovely stuff is nail flocking. Comes in all sorts of weird colors. Got it from Amazon for like $7. I'm going to be using both of the pinks. I also picked up some new dry brushes. Yes, they're from Temu. Yeah, they're going to have a completely different quality, but at least I can experiment with them.
it's safe to contact the mycelial barrier. Mr. Stamets, are you ready to execute this very bold, deeply insane plan of yours? Execute might not have been my choice of words, but that I am, sir.
That's probably for me. Maybe they died trying to save you. Hey, thanks for that. What was that? The job said the lady started breaking down the hall. I'm not letting it terrorize me. It is more powerful and generally larger than the type 1 or type 2, which I guess is why they call it a 3. Really? Are you getting your shit together?
And there's my Treeman in all of his glory. I'm impressed. I mean, he looks really cool with all those colors, and I'm glad I went this way. Again, monitor settings and screen settings and how my camera is capturing the colors. It's so much more vibrant than you can actually see. His blues are more teals. Pinks, though, really pop. But if you made it this far, yes, I know it's over an hour and a half. I may trim some more fat. I'm going to try. But he was a fun experience, but he took forever. So thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting me by watching this, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you.